Jermall Charlo against Sergiy Derevyanchenko. Very, very good fight. I was very, very happy to hear about this fight when I found out. Um, Obviously, it's not the biggest fight that I wanted to see. All right, I've been wanting Jamal to fight Andrade since 154. I've been wanting Jamal to fight Jacobs since they had that little hallway incident. Okay, really wanted to see that fight. I still do. All right. I do want Jamal to fight a Canelo or a Triple G as well. All right. But Derevyanchenko is not bad. Derevyanchenko is better than anyone that Jamal's faced at 160. At one point I thought Jamal, if you're not counting Canelo or Arislani Lara, was the man at 154. But once he moved up to 160, he did his thing against J Rock. You know, that was a big win. That was a big weight. That was a big knockout. That was good. That was big. But since he's moved up to 154, he hasn't fought anybody that I care to see him facing, that most people care to see him facing. You know? Now, this video is not about whose fault it is or not. I'm not doing that. We already gone over all this stuff in the past. Look at my old videos if you want to know how I feel about whose fault it is or why who's not fighting each other. This video is not about that. But Derevyanchenko is the real deal, you know? And Derevyanchenko has a good shot of winning this fight. I think this is a 50-50 fight. A legit 50-50 fight. I know you guys are looking at Derevyanchenko like he has 2 losses on his record and stuff like that. Don't care. Don't worry about those losses. Because they're both debatable losses. All right, if Jacobs didn't get that knockdown in the first round or the first or second round, whatever that knockdown was, you could make a good argument or make a good case that Derevyanchenko won that fight. You know? I think I actually literally scored it 6 rounds to 6. I don't remember, but I know it was a close fight. Triple G, I didn't even think Triple G won that fight first viewing. You know? That was another debatable one. So the thing is, Jamal, I know I heard him. I know he's talking about like trying to make a statement and trying to get a knockout and stuff. That's cool. You got to go in there with that kind of confidence. That's cool with me. But he needs to understand that this guy might be better than anyone he's faced, even at 154. You fought J Rock and Austin Trout, and to this day, those are the 2 best fighters you fought. Austin Trout could have been a draw if there was another set of judges there. That could have easily been a draw, or went to Trout, for that matter. Derevyanchenko is better than Brandon Adams uh, now Matt Korobov. I forgot about him. Matt Korobov is up there. He's up there. He's definitely up there as one of the best fighters. I know he, disappeared after his loss and everything years back, but Matt Korobov was legit. But with Derevyanchenko, we're talking about a guy that he's doing a lot in there. He's feinting. He's changing levels. He's doing a lot of. He's turning you. He got great footwork. These are one of those guys. These Ukrainian fighters, they hitting you with a lot of pity pat punches and sneaking their power punches in there. This guy doesn't mess around. They don't call him the technician for no reason. He's legit. He's solid. This guy can beat you if you're not on your A game. This is a real dangerous fight for Jermall Charlo. I live in Harlem, y'all. So even though I'm many levels up for the street, you're gonna hear everything that drives by. But yo, all right. So this is a dangerous fight for Jermall, and his performance against Brandon Adams. When I think about that fight, and when I think of the Matt Corabell fight, which he struggled in, many people were trying to make a case that he lost that fight on here, which is fair. I mean, I did see the fight live. Um, I know when I was in a building, a lot of people thought that Korobov won when I was in the building. Okay. Um, Look, man, Derevyanchenko can do a lot with what those bullfighters can do. I think the biggest issue that Jamal might have is the movement of Derevyanchenko and timing those right hands. I know he has a great jab. I know he has a great right hand, but the way Derevyanchenko moves, stepping in and out, that might be an issue. Because I saw a little bit of that when he was fighting Brandon Adams. He was clearly winning almost just about every round against Adams. But the thing is, Adams' movement and the fact that he was able to get so low was giving Jamal a hard time to land clean shots. Jamal just couldn't really land clean much in that fight. I think if he did, he would have definitely knocked out Brandon Adams. But he didn't land clean that much in that fight. All right. I think he's going to have a hard time with that. And I think he's also going to have a hard time with Derevyanchenko's inside game. All right. Derevyanchenko's very physical on the inside. And I think he's a better inside fighter than Jamal. All right. And I think there's those moments when, they're tying up and stuff. I think Derevyanchenko's going to be on an advantage. Jamal on the outside, he'll probably have the advantage, especially with his height, his jab. He has a very, very powerful right hand. But once Derevyanchenko get in his space, I see Jamal struggling more on the inside. All right. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna study the two. So I'm gonna do a thorough breakdown at some point because this fight is worth it to me. But I think this is gonna be the most difficult fight for Jamal. Uh, Now everybody's kind of been inactive this year because of COVID, right? Jamal did fight. I think that was in November because I took the Dennis Hogan fight. Dennis Hogan, yeah, he fought Dennis Hogan. I took my little niece to that fight that night. That was her first fight that I took her to live, and that fight really didn't do anything for me because Dennis Hogan, 154 guy. He's a good fighter, but he should never be in there with Jamal. You know what I'm saying? Uh, Derevyanchenko hasn't fought since he lost to Triple G. All right. But he still should be, in top shape. You know, he's been inactive, but he should still be in great shape. He should be, and if he's at his best that he can be today, it should be a close fight. It should be close, regardless of who win. I don't see a knockout in this fight. I don't see a knockout. Um, I just hope Jamal, if he is struggling in this fight, I hope he keeps his cool. Him and his brother, they're very emotional. Their tempers show. I hope that if the fight is difficult early, uh, that he keeps his cool, not get frustrated, start winging shots over the place. On the other hand, when it comes to Derevyanchenko starts slow. Remember when he fought Triple G, when he fought Daniel Jacobs, he got dropped early. As soon as he gets dropped, he kind of wakes up a little bit. So I hope Jamal takes advantage of that early, and he comes out very aggressive. Because if you could catch him with a good shot early is probably your best bet because Derevyanchenko is a machine. He throws a lot of punches, and once he gets into a good rhythm, you're gonna struggle more with him later on. Just that's my early thoughts. Again, I'm gonna give a thorough breakdown. I want to be able to watch their most recent fights again, so I could give you a better assessment of it all. But as far as a winner, I really don't know. I can't even give you a winner right now. I'm really that. I mean, you guys know I'm running with Jermall. I'm hoping Jermall win because I'm a fan of the Charlos. Those are my guys. But this one, I don't know. I can honestly say I don't know who's gonna win this fight because Jermall hasn't really proven to me what how good he is as an elite 160 fighter. Now at 154, I saw what he did though Trout with Trout. I saw what he did with J Rock, but at 160, I don't know. I know what Derevyanchenko could do at an elite level, so that's why I really don't know. All right. So anyway, I'll follow up at some point because this is a very good fight. I'm very excited for this fight, um, and I'm happy that they're doing this kind of fight fresh off COVID. You know, because a lot of these guys don't want to really mix it up in a dangerous fight for their first fight back. So I do give them credit. This is a good fight and this is a good card because Jamel is also fighting on this card, all right, against Jason Rosario, and that's going to be a unification match, which is great. I don't know if this is going to be pay per view or anything like that, but if it is pay per view, I'm going to support my guys and order the pay per view because this is a good card. The undercard is actually pretty good. I think there's another. I think there's also a third fight that's a decent fight too. That's on this card. So if they are pay per viewing it, which I expect a lot more pay per views now, and I'm gonna talk about all that in a separate video. Um, I'm gonna support it if it is a pay per view. All right, because I'm gonna support those guys. All right, peace.